2026 is finally here, and I had to start thinking to myself, if I had to reach into my magic ball, what are things that I can predict are going to happen in 2026? So right here, right now, I'm going to make my predictions for 2026 and what's going to happen food-wise and food trends in 2026. Let's go. First thing first, I think we're going to see a lot of demand for protein. Now, I think that protein is going to come in a couple different ways. Obviously, we're talking about protein shakes and, dude's got to be getting buff. But I also think more so on the natural side of animal protein specifically. We're already seeing a lot of different ads for different diets that are out there. You got the carnivore diet. You got this new diet that's talking about reindeer livers and all kinds of stuff and supplements and all kinds of different things. But I think protein specifically, not just steak, but I'm talking about protein in general, is going to be on the rise for 2026. Now, I think that is a good thing. I'm obviously a carnivore myself. I love my fair share of steaks and briskets. But what that's going to mean for us, I think, is also helping us find what are the odd cuts, not just New York strip fillets and ribeyes, but finding those other cuts and maybe some of those innards that maybe in the past we did not think that we were into. Maybe we see that there's some flavor there that we're not used to seeing. And I'm looking forward to seeing restaurants use more of those inside parts. Next trend is getting into the niche of vegetables. Vegetables is just such a wide range of a topic to say, oh, vegetables are going to be up. But what I'm thinking more specifically on are specific types of vegetables. So things like the rise of the purple top carrots. Maybe it's going to be a very specific cabbage. I think we're going to kind of start getting into some very niche vegetables. There are tens of thousands of different species. I mean, there's over, I think it's like 8,000 species of the potato. And so finding the different varieties that are going to thrive in 2026 is going to be something that's a lot of fun. I know here on our homestead, we got some awesome stuff that we've never grown before. Each year, we always try to plant 10% of the garden, something completely new. And sometimes we get something really amazing. Sometimes we just get a straight dumpster fire, but it was fun. It was worth it. One of my favorite things that we have grown out there was a Thai snake bean. And this bean, it's like a green bean, was over 8 feet tall. And again, it made something that was really cool. It was a great talking point for people visiting or giving away produce or taking it to the market. It got people really excited about food. Sorry, sourdough girls, the focaccia bread is coming back. This is one that I am willing to put my absolute stamp on, that I'm actually hoping comes back. We have gotten away from a lot of these different breads that are they're just legendary. They're packed with lots of flavor. They make better sandwich bread than half the freaking bread that's on our market. It's definitely a lot better than the cheap white bread that we get from the store. I'm a Wonder Bread man myself. A Wonder Bread bologna sandwich is my absolute thing. However, is that the peak of culinary? Probably not. But a lemon rosemary with prosciutto, it gives something that is over the top. It's super easy. It's packed with the nutrition that we need. And I think it could really be the bread of 2026. I'm wanting to get better at focaccia myself. I'm making this prediction and just kind of researching a little bit more on what I think is going to happen. I would love to see the rise of breads like focaccia and coming back and being our sandwich breads, being the platforms for different pizzas and flatbreads and things of that nature. Focaccia, so underrated. Number 4 is, I think, easy because I see it every single day as a chef. People reach out and they're constantly asking me, how can I learn stuff? This year, we're going to continue to see the rise of the home culinarian. And what I mean by that is more people are getting interested in culinary school. Not everyone has the time, definitely not the money because it is very expensive to go to culinary school, but there are lots of different options that are out there. So I 100% believe this without a shadow of a doubt. I am going to do a shameless plug here because we are doing our own culinary school here on this channel. So if you are interested in learning about this, please, 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 right now, we're in the process of making our stock. So we got our white stock, our roasted chicken brown stock, and then we have our veal stock. With these, we're going to be making our mother sauces next. If you're really interested in getting better as a culinarian in your house, make sure that you hit subscribe so you can get a free course, 100% free. My only ask is that if you are needing items to help take this class, please use the links in the description. I am a strong believer, though, that people are wanting to grow and learn in the kitchen. I see it every single day. People are asking questions, either in the comments here or when I'm at work. People want to get better. And I think it's going to be a great time. If you want what's going to be feel like more of a one-on-one experience of me showing you the different things that I'm looking for when I make all of my sauces and stocks and meat butchery, and learning how to sear and grill and things of that nature. We're going to get very nitty gritty on those things. And then we're going to get, you'll be able to ask questions and I can answer them in the comments down below. And along with that, I think we've talked about it in a previous video. I think kind of going along with this same trend is learning more about canning. I'm going to lump canning and basic culinary skills into one category, but canning is making a hot trend back. People are recognizing that some of these foods that are out there that are in the market, particularly here in the United States, have no nutrition for you. They've got no real value to your body. And so we're missing out. We're actually missing nutritions and a lot of these items from when you make them from scratch. I think as we move into 2026, what we're going to be seeing is people going back to canning and learning how to make pickles and make sauces and different jellies and jams and candies and all these different things that we could store up and have throughout the year that have zero preservatives in it. Maybe it's got no added sugar or no corn syrups, anything of that nature. We're able to provide just a healthy, delicious, yet over-the-top meal for ourselves. So make sure, again, that you stick around for that, because canning school starts in late summer. Basic culinary school is starting here in February. So make sure you stick around for that. The last thing, if I really had to make a prediction, is we're going to continue to see growth in Southern foods being expanded across other ethnicities. If my Hell's Kitchen experience taught me anything, is that people love to talk crap about the South and soul food. Everybody there want to talk about how great their state is and how better their food is in the South. And to be honest with you, it's absolute bullcrap. Yes, there's some great restaurants out there, but I'm talking about culture-wise. We talk about food culture. There is not better food culture than food culture of the South. From Texas all the way down to Georgia, up to Tennessee and the Carolinas, we are American food culture. A lot of other food cultures are because of outside things that are brought in, but the Southern food culture it's the best melting pot, because all of these different things in history had to happen. Whether they're messed up or not, they happened, but they created something very delicious. I use gumbo as always a prime example of that. For gumbo to exist, you had to have Africans bringing over okra. You had to have Native Americans who gave us sassafras. You had to have the French who had the roux. You had to have French-ish Germans that were making sausages. You had to have all of these different things coming together to make the perfect dish. And I love gumbo. It is crazy cold outside. Gumbo is my favorite. But this is a huge reason why the South and soul food in general is so impactful. There's so many different things that have happened throughout history where they meld together here, and they just brew this amazing complementary of dishes that I just don't think happen anywhere else in the country. I think we're going to continue to see a rise in Southern foods. And I'm using my experience on Hell's Kitchen as a prime example. I went up there on day one and I did a chicken and waffle, and you saw what happened behind me. Everyone scoffed their eyes, they rolled their eyes. They basically trash talked me. But throughout the entire competition, how many of them turned around and tried to make a Southern dish? They tried to make shrimp and grits. There was even somebody else who tried to make a chicken and waffle. Failed at it, but even tried to make a chicken and waffle. All that to say, Southern food is food culture of America. And it's trying to be replicated throughout the entire country. And now we're starting to see it being twisted into different ethnicities and different other food cultures. And that's not a bad thing. I'm not dissing on that. I'm not being negative on that. I'm really looking forward to it. I love the idea of a curry chicken. And we did a chat marsala braised collard greens. We've played a lot with that here on our channel and doing stuff as we've done promos and stuff for Hell's Kitchen. I love that fusion, but I always want to make sure that we understand where that food comes from. And again, I'm super proud that it comes from here. These recipes are passed up from, not just from my parents, from my grandparents and even their grandparents. And again, this is something that it's passed down. And so one of the best finds that I had of 2025 with helping my parents move was finding all of my grandmother's recipes that were her grandmother's recipes and her in-laws' recipes. And so again, this is what food culture is really about here in the South. It's about taking something it's almost genetic. I don't see our food culture as something that is ethnic, as in it's only African or it's only of Creole Cajun. I think from here, it's almost like a birthright. That when you're born in the South, there's certain things that you're expected to know how to make, or someone in your family makes it, or they got some specialty. And again, I think that's what makes the South so special. I could go on this for days. My name is Jonathan Boyd. I'm super glad that you're here for 2026. We got a great time ahead. So make sure that you subscribe. You hit the notification bell so you see when the different cooking videos come out. If you're interested in that culinary school, make sure that you stick around. We're going to leave a link in the description right here to help get you started right now. This is going to help you be the best chef possible in your kitchen. We're super excited you're here. I'm Jonathan. This is Deep South Foodies, and we are glad you're here.